I think... I think we are live now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Las Vegas Motor Speedway in Las Vegas, Nevada, home of the money laundering capital of the world. Also home to a Formula One Grand Prix race that's already in absolute mess right now, which is why we're doing this tonight. We're doing something a little bit different here. You're thinking, wait a minute, it's Friday. Phantom doesn't race on Thursday and Saturday. It's Friday. What's going on? This is something different. We are doing something completely different also. What's up, Raider Mike? I see you in the chat, home of the Raiders. That is correct, although I believe they should still be in Oakland, since that is their true home. But they are in Vegas now, and I guess they're reuniting with the A's since they're also moving down to Vegas. At least so I've heard. I don't know. I don't watch baseball, but that's interesting. Got some new faces over here. This is the American Championship Series being broadcasted right here on the Phantom Racing channel. And now ACS Series is one of our new sponsors coming on board this season. And this is a series that I've raced in, and I decided to come on board and decide to broadcast the finale since this is their last race of this season. And qualifying is currently underway, so let's go through the field. We got Brother Nero in the number 10 car, Smithfield Ford. And we got Zach N6 in the Mobil 1 Ford. Car number 4 is Parley, number 42. That's a familiar face for those that watch the Phantom Racing League. We got a car on the wall there. That's the 41. This is T-Dog 42 in car number 15. Here's Thart, one of the Final Four finalists, I believe. I'll have to check back in on that just to be sure. But Thart, one of the admins of the series, and one of the 4 drivers that'll be going for the title. And here is Hockey Bukaki, the greatest name in NASCAR racing history, and perhaps all of naming history, as Hockey is turning some laps in this number 51 Rick Ware Racing Ford. He's got a couple of cars behind him. There's John Waterforce, 21, another championship finalist. And this number 14 car got a couple wins on the year. Here's Racing Propane, 84, in the number 11 FedEx Toyota. Azrael Looms in the McDonald's, number 23, another fast driver in the field. He'll be one to look out for. And there's Parley, for those that watch the Phantom on the regular. Here he is, also in the Final Four, going for the championship. He has been this series' most winningest driver. Comes into this race as the points leader. As I'll pull up the points right now, he has, on record, 6 wins on the year in this series. And Parley's looking to get another one to close out the year and add a championship trophy to his arsenal of race win trophies to go along with it. Here's Slendy Boy, 06 in the number 8 car for Richard Childress Racing, another Final Four championship finalist, and I think that is our 4 championship drivers, and this is the 41 JBSR 6196, and I think qualifying is wrapping up here. One second, folks. Once again, this is the American Championship Series finale brought to you by Phantom. Want to thank everyone that is tuning in to I guess sort of a spontaneous broadcast. And there are your qualifying results. Now Parley is on the pole, and that is the lap time at 30.594. And on his outside will be the number 14 of John Waterforce Azrael in the 23 in third, and Hockey on his outside in fourth. And then you got fifth place, if I can find him. Slendy Boy in the number 8. Outside of him is Racing Propane in the number 11. And you'll see the rest of the results right there on your screen as make sure these guys get ready as we await the invite. There's the invite. We will wait for the... Oops. Apologies for the dead air. It's been a while since I've done this, so bear with me, folks. As we are loading into the lobby here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the American Championship Series finale. Got some people in chat. Welcome aboard. If you're new to this channel, we race on Thursdays and Saturdays. The Pro-Am Series on Saturday. Not this Saturday, though, because of Thanksgiving break, but we got racing every Thursday and every Saturday outside of the holidays. So if you want to tune in for some of that action, make sure to click that subscribe button and also the notification bell so that way you know when we go live. But yeah, this is something a little different than what we do. This is, once again, the American Championship Series finale here in Sin City. And we already have two of our championship finalists on the front row. And Phantom Zone Parley is on the pole for this race. John Waterforce on the outside. Azrael in the 23 car in third. And Hockey right there in fourth in that purple and yellow number 51. Slendy in the 8 car, the third car in light on the inside in that number 8 Chevrolet. As we're already going racing here in Las Vegas. And it appears the lag storms are starting to roam from the sky and hover onto this amazing racetrack. As we already have a car on the... Oh my goodness. JBSR got launched in orbit. What in the world was that? Does a parallel slide into his pit spot backwards? That is the most surreal thing I have ever seen, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, looks like the rain showers have moved in above the racetrack and the teams have pulled their cars into the pits and they have brought out the tarps. As we got ourselves a bit of a delay, so this is nothing new for NASCAR Heat 5, unfortunately. But it's nice to know that we are not the only league that has to deal with this sort of nonsense. We've had way more lag showers in the last few months than we've ever had in the history of the NASCAR Heat 5 online server, so you don't come to my chat and tell me that climate change isn't real, because it very much is. Yeah, condolences to JB, whose car got launched up with the satellites up in the sky. Hopefully, hopefully he's alright and he can get his car, his backup car ready to go for the race. But yeah, let's while we have some time, I haven't gotten an invite to the new lobby yet. Let's go through some of the drivers that we have in this field. Now, I already talked about Parley, and those that regularly watch our Pro Series coverage every Thursday night are familiar with Parley, who's raced with us last season and was a championship finalist in that season. He's looking to go for another one here. Hopefully, he's hoping things can go better in this one, as he came up short in the Phantom Championship last season. We'll see how things fare here. So he'll be one to look out for. We already saw the 41 car take flight. Now the Vegas airstrip, I think it's a few miles away from the racetrack, so any aviation people, let me know on that. Trying to remember who else we got here. There's a number 14 car of John Waterforce. Very, very similar to the name of the legendary NHRA funny car driver John Force, but he's like the water form, right? So I don't know what John Force's actual middle name is, but I imagine it's probably the opposite, since the actual John Force is in fact not water. Although technically I think the human body contains about 72%, but this is John Waterforce. John Waterforce won one of the Championship 4 finalists, and also has had a pretty stellar season. If I look at the standings here, in about 19 starts, he had completed 3 wins and 6 podium finishes, not quite matching Parley's numbers, but if anyone's been able to get close to him, it has been John. He's had some pretty good pace. Got a win at Pocono. That was a race that me and Parley finished 2nd and 3rd in. He had a pretty fast car in that race. And looks like they're pulling the tarps off of these race cars. Let's try this again. Let's get some American Championship Series racing action in Las Vegas. Let's try to get this thing going. I want to thank all of our sponsors that have been supporting Phantom throughout the season, including the American Championship Series, who have just came on board this week as we are presenting their race coverage here tonight. But also including sponsors like MFF Motorsports, Chris's Auto and Towing, Everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, EMSN or whatever. I'm gonna get fired for butchering his name. I apologize. I have this site in front of me. It's been a while. We have had so many new sponsors come on board in the last month or so. This series has come a long way that I can't seem to keep track of all of it. Yeah, it is ESMN. Alright, take 2. Parley on pole. Starting from the inside with Waterforce in the 14. And then Azrael and Hockey in row 2. Slendy. Racing Propane in the number 11. They're starting the 6, starting deep in the field. He's got a lot of cars to get around if he wants to fight for a championship. The green flag waving here in Sin City as these cars are roaring, rocketing down the back straightaway for the first time tonight. So far, no lag in sight. We are good to go. Now, this is a 50% distance race. The tire degradation is set to 2 times as opposed to Phantom's 3. So these cars can go a little bit longer on a set of tires and a set of fuel, so that'll be something to keep in mind. Waterforce. John Waterforce in that number 14 car on the outside of Parley with a train of cars behind him. That 23 car of Azrael moving way up high through 3 and 4. Gaining all sorts of momentum, a little too much as he bounces off of the wall off of 4. He's going to lose a little bit of momentum as John Waterforce is trying to hold his own on the outside, but he's got a whole line of cars underneath him trying to follow the 42 of Parley. That's the 51 car of Hockey and the 51 Rickware Racing Ford Racing Propane in the 11 car down there as Azrael makes another effort to get some momentum going on the outside. He's got Slendy Boy in the 8 car right behind him, third in the 6. Again, the 2 cars behind the 23, well, one of them ducked down. Move back up, 23 bounces off the wall again. The 8 and the 6, those are 2 cars to look out for as they're going for a championship. But right now, it is Parley leading this race as well as leading the championship. As it stands right now, Azriel using all of the racetrack through 3 and 4. Now where's Slendy gonna go? He's looking to peek to the middle. It's gonna be tough to navigate when everyone's running at similar pace. This is a very competitive field. Very competitive field of hungry hounds all trying to hunt down. Trying to hunt down the leader, that is Parley. Now let's get to the 51 car of Hockey Bukaki, aka the greatest name ever, as Waterforce is all the way down to the apron. Got 2 tires into the grass. Loses a ton of speed and will drop all the way to the back. A bit of a setback for the number 14, who appears to have a little bit of left front damage on his race car. That could have a potential effect on the aero, the handling of his car, especially in the draft. He's going to feel that car aero push a lot more in the middle of the draft. So he's going to have to adjust to that. But he's going to get around the 41, whose car has come back down to earth after that launch into space into qualifying earlier. We're in the first attempt of the race now. Parley seems to be breaking away from the rest of this pack. Everyone else all tandeming nose to tail, side by side, door to door, all around this racetrack. Parley. Oh, we got a car on the wall, hard! Another one on the inside wall, and that's Waterforce, who shoots back up the track. And that's the 10 of Brother Nero also involved. And I think that was started in the 6 who made the first hit. Now these guys, I think, are racing back to the line, which this series does manual cautions through and through, no in-game cautions. These guys do everything manually, so this will be a manual caution and the first one of the night. As major contact with one of our championship contenders, John Waterforce 21. Got sideways heading into turn 1 as they were all checking up in front of him with the 6 car of Thart. It was either him or the 8 of Slendy. I'll have to look back on it. And if so, that's 2 other championship drivers getting into it. And that was the cause and effect of that, as his car swerved down like it was driving on an ice skating rink all the way down to the inside barrier, shooting back up the track, and almost shot himself back up into space like the 41 did earlier, but instead collected the 10 car of Brother Nero. Now let's assess the damage of the Smithfield Ford. That front end crumpled up like a strip of Smithfield bacon. Eric Almirola would not be pleased with that. Now, all of our contenders are entering pit road now, so let's ride on board with the leader of Parley. And Parley being the pole sitter. Oh, never mind, I guess he doesn't have the first pit stall. And there's all sorts of havoc going on pit road. Everyone's running into everybody. This is a very unsafe procedure, just to drive through everyone's cars and pit stalls. Crew members could get hurt doing that, but nonetheless, everyone seems to be okay. Parley's going to retain the lead with Azriel in second in the number 23 Toyota. And a bear crawl for third to the line to see who was able to get that between Thart and Hockey. And I think Thart gets it now. They're going to come up to the choose, so this league does the choose rule. And they should be choosing coming up here on the back straightaway. Pretty standard stuff. Nothing, no surprises here about everyone picked where I would expect them to. Now, one to be to watch out for is the 6 of Thart, who will restart in the 3rd position. If I can get to him here, there he is. He's got the 42 right in his windshield. He's going to have the preferred line on this restart as they get them all bunched back up. Manual restart. And we're back to green here in Vegas. Parley with a good jump on Azriel. And Thart hocking the 51 car. Looked like he had missed a shift. He's going to bunch that whole outside lane up. As the top 4 is looking to split away. Azriel washing way up the racetrack. Letting all of these guys get ahead. That 14 car of Waterforce already making up a lot of time on this restart. From the back, having to fix the damage. He's already back up into 4th as he's making hay of Zach in the 4 car. Gets by him. Now Thart, as predicted, has now leapfrogged himself up into 2nd place. Has a shot at Parley in the 42. Now there's Racing Propane in the 11 car. Not a championship contender, but looking to mix things up here at the front. Same with the 23. And that is Parley in front. As everything's are starting to calm down at the moment. Everyone lining up at the bottom, but that 23 committed to the top lane. I don't see him leaving that anytime soon. As we get to the 14 car of John Waterforce, who washes up the racetrack in 1, carried a little too much speed, barely clears the 23, a little bit of contact made. As the 51 car of Hockey's also going to get by and clear the 23, who loses a few more spots on this restart. As we got 3 of the 4 championship contenders in the top 5 at the moment. One second here, folks. I'm gonna fix the mix so that way you can hear more of the engine noise. Once again, shout out to everyone that's tuning in tonight. We do have a Discord server for the Phantom Racing League in the description, so if you want to join that, click in the description box and click that link so you can, I don't know, stop on by and say what's up. Tell me how much of a terrible job I'm doing. Ask me where the hell I've been for the last few months and I'll tell you about it. Let's just say I've been stuck in a broom closet for 3 weeks with nothing but sunflower seeds to eat. I've been trying to break out of it. I've been held hostage, but I've finally broken free. The producers don't know I'm here yet. So I'm hoping that this race wraps up in time so I can get the hell out of here until I get hunted back down. Speaking of hunting down, the 6 car's been able to do that. He has gotten around the 42 at Parley, made a pass on the bottom, and he's going to drive on by. And he's going to bring the 14 with him up into 2nd place as Parley's going to slip to 3rd. Tried to clear the 11 car as he's gotten forced up high. Parley's slipping back even further as John Waterforce in this number 14 Ford, the Mahindra tractor, hunting down the number 6 Ford. Got 2 Fords, a Chevy, and a Toyota. Now let's check in with another one of our championship contenders here. This is Slendy Boy in the number 8 car. He's still got a long race to go, but this is not where he wants to be right now. He's outside the top 5 as his fellow championship peers all the way up at the front. We're running 1, 2, 3 with Thart leading the charge. But he's got a few cars standing in his way if he wants to bring himself into the fight. Let's get back up to the front. Thart, your leader. Maintaining the lead ahead of the 14. And the 42, who's got the 23 car trying to get back around the 11 for a spot. Things are getting a little antsy there. So this first stage is 39 laps long. Now I gotta remind myself this is a 2 times tire wear series, so the fuel window is longer than what I remember it. But I'm curious, even with the caution, I'm curious to see what the fuel is gonna be looking like. Will we see a pit stop before the end of the stage? And if so, it'll probably be towards the end. Will we see anyone try to take fuel only? Heck, will we see anyone try to stretch it all the way as Thart goes all the way up high? Like he's surfing a wave, he's washing all the way up there to the top, the tippy top. But that's opened the door, opened it wide. The 14's gonna barge through. He's got Parley in his mirror, who's gonna go to the top with a 6. He's just trying to line it up, get the momentum shift to get that car hunkered down to the bottom. 14 tries to clear the 6. He could have, but it would have been very close, but he thought better of it. Both these guys know it. Oh, he hits the apron. The 14 hit the apron there. It's going to slow him down, and the 6 car is going to take the lead back. As the 51 car of Hockey is now in the mix, trying to get around the 42, and he's also brought the 8 car of Slendy. Has finally got his way through. He has cracked the top 5, going for 4th now as he is lined up on the outside. With Parley being hung out to dry, he will slide back into 5th. Now Slendy Boy, let's see what this 8 car can do. As Waterforce and Thart are running 1-2 still. John's trying to look to the outside. Hockey and Slendy are going to go with him. He's got a huge run here. And Hockey opened up the door for Slendy. He's ready to pounce. As they almost go 3 wide off of turn 4. He's making tremendous time on the outside. Now he's going for 2nd. After being in the wall early, had to start all the way at the rear on the restart. He has clawed his way back up into 2nd and now challenging for the lead. This is for the championship on the line. The 6 and the 8 dueling it out here at Vegas. With their 2 other championship competitors, the 14 and the 42, still in the mix. That's all 4 of your championship contenders mixed in with the 51 of Hockey under a blanket. Oh, and they make contact. They touch down the straightaways. The 8 car on the outside of the 6. Dead heat at the line. The 8 car trying to stay even with the 6. The 14 trying to clear the 51. 6 car's going to drive it in deep. Really deep. Trying to clear the 8 car. He does, but the 8's going to cross him back over. He keeps it in the gas. Hard down. Down to the bottom of the racetrack to carry that momentum all the way through the turn, but he's going to miss the bottom. And they touch wheel wells that time. As John Waterforce clears the 51 of Hockey, Parley watching from behind. 12 laps to go. In this stage, Parley has about 10 laps of fuel left. He's 2 laps short. As the rest of the field has been separated. As we have a 5-car breakaway up at the front. What a run for Slendy Boy in that number 8 car. He's had some strong runs, a couple of wins throughout the season. But this is for all the marbles, all the chips on the table, laying them down. Going all in. As Hockey peek into the bottom of John Waterforce and Parley, they almost went 3 wide into 3. What almost was 3 into 3 as Hockey's going to make a pit stop in that 51. As he realizes he's not going to have enough fuel to make it to the end. We'll see what kind of strategy he does along with the rest of the field. If you're wondering, if you're just tuning in, wondering who the final 4... Oh, and more contact between the 6 and the 8. They're really going at it right now. Nothing is being left on the table. Nothing whatsoever as the 8 car goes all the way to the top. How high can you go? But a strong run on the inside for Thart. As Slendy Boy is using all of the racetrack to keep that momentum up, to keep him even with the 6, who tries to clear him into 1 again, but he washes up into him. And that's allowed Parley to close in. He's staying to the outside. He's got the draft on the 8 car as he's looking to fight Thart for second and get himself back to the front. Oh, he's in the wall. Slendy in the outside wall is going to let these 3 go by. Parley back to the lead. Here in Vegas, Azriel, the 23, making a pit stop. He's coming out now. There's John Waterforce in the 14 car running in the middle groove. He's in 3rd right now. As we got about lap count, 8 to go. 8 laps to go in stage number 1. As the top 4 cars, nose to tail, have broken away from the rest of the pack. We had a side-by-side battle between Brother Nero and T-Dog. The 10 and the 15, both Fords, as Brother Nero mowing the lawn down the front stretch. Passing the grass. Unbelievable stuff here at Las Vegas. Parley in control of this race for the time being. John Waterforce looking to get back around the 6 of Thart. These guys should be pitting one more time. But once again, nothing being left on the table. These cars shooting through like bullets down the back straightaway, going as fast as they can. 2 cars running the bottom, 2 up top. Could we be seeing these 2 cars pitting? Oh, they hit! They made contact! The 6 and the 42, it seemed like they... Oh, and Parley not happy with Thart with that. And I don't blame him. Now, I do believe both those cars got it slowed down in time. T-Dog also on pit road. There's Zach in the 4, JB in the 41. Let's go back to the front with John and Slendy, who are also due to pit. Slendy pits, but John Waterforce is staying out. Interesting decision. The 10 car of Brother Nero also on pit road. Let's get back up to this battle here. The 6 and the 42 coming out together, but with the 6 coming out ahead of the 42. Only just. He clears the 42 down the straightaway. What's up, Rick? Welcome to the chat. I see everything NASCAR in the chat as well. Welcome, welcome everybody to the American Championship Series as John Waterforce makes his scheduled stop. But I believe these 2 will be the ones to cycle out in front. That's Parley in the 42, with Thart having him pinched down in that 6 car. As these 2 continue to run side by side, but look at who's going to cycle out ahead. Slendy running in the middle. Where are they going to go? Thart completely boxed in as they're looking to go 3 wide off of 4. Slendy in that number 8 Chevrolet on the outside. What a miraculous pit stop for him. Despite pitting later, comes out with the leaders And there's the 14 of John, who is the last of the four to pit. Slendy in the wall. Thart staying even with him, drafting with Parley. What a stop for the 14! Coming out way ahead of these guys. We'll get a lap count here. I believe this will be 2 laps to go, and a healthy lead for the 14 car. Mahindra Ford of John Waterforce. Now Parley running in second. He took fuel only on that stop. I believe the rest of these guys did as well. Cutting it really close on these tires. They're getting lined up. They should be able to run that 14 down. Never mind, the 6 car going to the inside of the 42. Stage points don't mean a damn thing. There's a championship on the line. Whoever finishes ahead of that's going to win it. Why are they battling for stage points? The 14's going to pull away if they keep this up. Oh, Slendy in the wall hard. Loses a ton of time. Backs it off as we're reaching the end of stage 1. John Waterforce in that number 14 Ford is going to close out stage 1 with the green and white checkered flag. And with the race lead to start stage 2, if the pit crew holds up on this stage break. Parley's tires survive, as does everybody else. Wait a minute, hold on. Never mind. Well, this is interesting. I have made a mistake. It appears the 11 car of Racing Propane has took it the distance, kept it out on track, and he is the stage winner. John Waterforce got second. Parley third. Thart fourth, Slendy fifth. That's your top 5. My mistake, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing a massive disservice here. I just assumed the 14 car was coming out ahead. Those are the championship contenders, all within a blanket of each other. Meanwhile, we have this number 11 FedEx Toyota Racing Propane looking to play spoiler here in Sin City, and he will restart stage 2 with the lead. And John Waterforce on his outside. Parley and Thart sharing row 2. Slendy in the 8 car with Brother Nero in the 10. The green flag waves for stage number 2 here at Las Vegas in the American Championship Series season finale. So far, a good start from the number 11 car. Looking to try to clear the 14. He can't quite do it. He's got a good run on the outside with help from the 6. They're 3 wide at the back already. With the 23 down low and the 41 right in the middle. With the 15 and the 51, the 2 Rick Ware Racing Fords teaming up on the outside. And the 14 car with an amazing restart on the outside clears the 11 car and reclaims the race lead. Now it's up to the rest of these championship contenders to navigate around the 11 car, who is being split through the middle, makes contact with everybody in that pack, and around he's gonna go. That was a close call for everybody. Almost claimed some more victims there as he slid back up into turn 3. But it seems like all of these championship contenders are going to come out of this unscathed. Not an issue for Parley, because here he comes trying to get around the 14 for the race lead. Slendy trying to hold off the 51 of Hockey. And that's for the 4th spot. Your championship contenders are running 1, 2, 3, 4, ladies and gentlemen. Battle for the lead. There's Parley on the inside. Trying to clear the 14 down the back straightaway. Into turn 3. As Thart watches from behind in this number 6 Ford. He's got help from Slendy as, oh, John hits the wall, bounces off of it, slows it down a couple of miles an hour. He's going to get passed by the 6, and here comes the 51 of Hockey with a big run. Parley's car seems to fire off really well. Either that, these guys are just racing way too hard, and Parley's just been taking advantage of it. This is about the second restart in a row that he built himself a bit of a lead, but this one's rather short-lived because here comes that 51. Let's ride on board with him now. Haki Bukaki. Yes, I know, that's a funny name. Better watch the force, that 14 car. Running with the 6 side by side for third as the top 2 cars are nose to tail at the moment. Parley in control, leading the championship right now. Doesn't have to worry about the 51 of Haki. Haki's not in the championship fight, but he wants to win this race. He's got a really fast car. He's looking to play spoiler here tonight, running in second, that Rick Ware Racing Ford. As we got a battle for 5th right now. The 8 car of Slendy losing some ground, losing touch with the leaders, and getting passed by the 41 and the 15 on the outside lane. Haki had that nose peeking through the inside. That door was slightly cracked open. Parley reaches out and closes it, keeping it shut. Ain't nobody letting him in this time. Oh, his car getting really out of shape, or maybe he just realized there's a car on his outside, almost tried to clear him there. But Thart on his own on the outside, the 14 on his inside. But both those cars teaming up down low, trying to draft up to the 42 of Parley. As for the 8 of Slendy, he has cleared back around the 41 car of JBSR. That puts him back inside the top 5. There's T-Dog in the 15. Oh, and Nero gets a little out of shape there. Propane on the restart was the leader, and he has dropped all the way to the back after a near insane collision that almost happened. An amazing job by all of these drivers, able to keep it all straight and in one piece. Because that would have, could have, should have been one of the biggest wrecks Las Vegas Motor Speedway had seen in a long time, but thankfully and fortunately for all of these guys, no such occurrence had happened and we stay green. As for the 8 of Slendy, he has got around the 6 car of Thart for 4th place. But here's the 51 car of Haki. Give him a door check down the back straightaway off of 2. He's got a whole train of cars behind him, all aboard. We're playing hockey tonight. That 51 car's going to the front. But that 42 of Parley keeping him honest. John Waterforce now having to deal with Slendy in that 8 car. 2 by 2 up in the front once again in stage 2. Thart watching on from behind. He is in the 5th spot in that number 6 car. Still even there between the 2 cars as the 8 car hits the wall. Thart looking to take advantage. Sweeps down to the inside, trying to take that spot away, but the 8 car not going to let him have it. Haki Bukaki looking to clear these 2 championship fighters. As the 51 of Haki looking to take the reins away. And he will be in charge of this train. 51 up in front. He's going to stay on the outside. He's trying to build a commanding lead, but Parley tried to set him up into 3. The 51 going to use that defensive line on the outside to keep the momentum up. And keep that door shut, and he'll stay up in the lead for a little while longer. And the rest of the pack coming back through. It was about a 5-car breakaway, not no more. The rest of the pack has caught back up. T-Dog, JB, Azrael. We haven't seen much of him all night long. This 23 car been keeping it quiet so far. But it is still hockey up front. John Waterforce in that 14 car staying within his slipstream. That 6 car, Thart, making a comeback already, who had slid back to the 5th spot. Was looking to lose a little more, but he's back up into 3rd, was trying to go for 2nd. Partly in the middle of all this, with Slendy Boy in front of him. Almost getting ganged up on by T-Dog in the 15. It is the 51 car out in front. John Waterforce in the 14, leading the championship battle currently. 2nd on track, but he's 1st in the championship right now. Slendy in 2nd. Washes up on the outside. He's got Thart and Parley behind him. There's a car on the wall in the back, and I think that's Azrael, who drops all the way to the tail. But John Waterforce wants this lead. He's going to try to put that 51 car behind him and use him as a cushion to keep those other 2 cars out of sight, out of mind. 14 to the bottom with a huge run, keeping it even down the back. Both cars at a full head of steam into 3. Oh, and a little bit of a wiggle. Unable to hold the line through 3 and 4 as he'll wash back up to the outside with the 51 clearing him. Slendy Boy in that number 8 car in 3rd. With 21 laps to go in stage 2. We should see a set of pit stops at about 11-12 laps from now. Those cars in the back, I mean, this is low draft. But with a pack like this, it doesn't feel very low. And we saw that with that slinky effect, the rest of the pack was able to close in so quickly. How much fuel are those guys in the back able to save back there, and how far can they go? As for the cars up the front, not a whole lot they can really do as far as the fuel goes. A guy like Slendy, maybe Parley, some of those guys might try to short pit. Never mind, the 51's bowing out. He's all the way to the bottom. All the way to the apron. Gives up the race lead, and he's going to let the championship fighters fight it amongst themselves. John Waterforce back to the front with Slendy, Parley, and Thart. 1, 2, 3, 4 once again. As hockey decided now is the earliest possible time to pit. So we'll keep an eye on that 51. We'll see where he cycles out once it's time for some green flag pit stops. That's pretty early. But things were getting really juicy up at the front. Either the 51 strategizing or he didn't want any of that heat. Meanwhile, battle for 5th. Between, Thart lunging down to the bottom, misses it. Runs through the middle, he's got the 8 car on the outside, whoa! As they meet in the middle like Malcolm. But they keep it straight, keep it lined up. Both cars going down to the bottom. The 6 car gotten really close to his rear bumper. Maybe a little bit of a nudge, which leads to a nudge onto the 14. As now those 2 cars are door to door for the point up at the front. Slendy's car crawling up the track as he's trying to clear the 6, trying to keep himself in line with the 14. With the 6 car running in 3rd with Parley right behind him. There's brother Nero in the 10. Side by side with the 41 at JB, racing Propane in the 11. Azrael in the 23. Watching this all unfold right there in front of him. Again, this 23 car. Now there's T-Dog on pit road. The 4 car of Zach on pit road. Let's get to the 23 here, who I thought would be... Oh, now he's pitting. Guess he might have been playing it safe. Maybe he realizes the stakes that are on the line. He doesn't want to have blood in his hands, so he's just going to watch the race from the cockpit view. I appreciate a spectator getting as close to the action as possible. Yeah, some of these guys are getting really close to their pit windows. Some of them pitting much earlier than anticipated, including that 51 car. He's on the backstretch now. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 cars yet to pit. Slendy peeking to the bottom. John Force blocks it. Harley to the bottom. He might be pitting this time with the 8 of Slendy and John Waterforce. All 3 of them. And Parley nearly making contact with the 8. He actually might have. The 11 of Racing Propane also coming onto pit road now. The 6 of Thart now takes the reins and takes control of the lead. He's out there all by himself now. We'll keep an eye on the 42 and the 8. Again, close, but I think they cleared the sensors. They should be fine. As this trio comes down to pit road, the 41 car of JB with a really good entry actually gets ahead of the 6 car. Now the 4 car of Zach still in pit road. He might be out of this race. That's a blown engine early for the number 4 car. Whoa! Double drift into the pit stalls between the 6 and the 10. Now here's the 42 of Parley coming out of pit road now by himself. With the 8 and the 14. Hold on. Those guys are down on the backstretch. As for Parley, it's on the front stretch. Hold on. I mean, Parley got a standard pit stop, 4 tires, which about 15.7 seconds. The 14 and the 8 coming out ahead. Is this a 2-tire stop unfolding here between the 14 and the 8? There's the 11 car, the 6 running right behind the 42. So as these cars are cycling through, the 14 appears to be out in front, at least ahead of the 8 car. There's the 51. Let's get to the 14 here. As I fact checked myself. Make sure that I have the running order correct. So yeah, the 14 is the leader, with Slendy in second. Those are 2 of our championship contenders. Now Parley is running in 7th place. He's got all these cars in front of him that he needs to get out of his way immediately. He's going to dispose of the 15 pronto. He's got 2 more cars in front of him that he needs to get around, one of them being the 51 of Hockey, who had pitted the earliest out of everyone in this pack. And then you got the 6 of Thart, who is all the way back here in, I believe, 8th place. With pitting later has set him back tremendously. As he's closing on T-Dog. They're 3 wide into 3. Parley on Azriel on Hockey. They're still 3 abreast. Let's get to that now. Parley is in a hurry to get back up to the front with those 4 tires. But he's running out of time. 7 laps to go in stage 2. Meanwhile, John Waterforce in that 14 car holding off the 8 of Slendy Boy, who is using the top of the line like Tyler Reddick. As the 14 keeps it pinned down low. That's what that 8 car is doing right now. He's searching around this racing surface, trying to find whatever line he can to set up a pass and get around the 14 car and take the lead. But right now, there's not a whole lot he can really do. 14's pretty much in control. He seems to be gapping him here. Let's go back to the 42 at Parley. Again, 4 fresh tires. Making do with them. Who has clawed his way back up into 4th. Now going for 3rd on Racing Propane. In that number 11 Toyota who lets him go. So Parley came out of the pits in 7th now. Finds himself back up to 3rd. But how much time does he have left to run these leaders down? With those 2 cars up at the front, potentially on right side tires. Was 2 tires the call for this stage? Assuming that's what they took. I don't have full confirmation of that, but judging by the distance that they got, I think that's what happened. Now I know Parley got 4 tires because I have his live stream up here on this monitor and it showed that he took 4 tires, so confirmation on that as I almost dropped my controller like a dumbass. We're getting close to the end of stage 2. We'll get a lap count here shortly. Three laps to go. Parley looks like he's closer to these 2. But with about 2.5 to go, I don't think it'll be enough. All John Waterforce has to do right now is keep that 8 car in check. There's Thart in the 6, who has clawed his way back up into 4th. After pitting late, he's brought the 41 car with him of JBSR. Good run for him running in 5th. Now John Waterforce in this number 14 Mahindra Ford, staying in control of this race. He hits the wall into 1 with a very defensive line protecting that bottom lane as much as he can. That 8 car is all over him, trying to set him up, trying to get him out of shape, trying to get him to open the door and let him through. One more peek to the outside, but here comes Parley. Closing in that gap fast, but not enough. As we're coming across the checkered flag to end stage number 2. John Waterforce gets the green and white checkered flag for the 2nd stage. Holding off Slendy Boy, Parley, and Thart. JB in the 41 car rounding out your top 5. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, the Championship 4 have reunited for one final duel. And the last stage coming up. Once again, I want to thank everyone that's decided to tune in here on a Friday evening. Make sure to subscribe. If you're new here, the American Championship Series, a new partner of the Phantom Racing League here on NASCAR Heat 5. As we will be broadcasting the championship finale here on the Phantom YouTube channel. We race on every Thursday and every Saturday, so make sure to tune in for that. Green flag waving here for one final stage, and already things are getting really heated up in the front between the 14 and the 8, who muscles his way through, trying to clear the 8 car for the lead, but here comes the 42 of Parley. Ooh, Azriel getting out of shape there. Towards the back of the field. Hockey with the fast car. That number 51 fires off really well. Not afraid to mix it up with the Championship 4. Let's get to that 8 of Slendy Boy now, outside of the 42. He's got the 6 behind him, the 14 in front. Huge run for Parley to the lead, side by side down the back. Oh, Azriel in the wall hard. Into the grass he goes. Luckily keeps it out of harm's way. It'll hurt his race, but we stay green. Slendy and Thart still side by side for third. Parley's going to clear. John Waterforce for the lead. Back up to the front goes the 42. And once again, if you're familiar with our normal coverage, this is the American Championship Series, and if you're in Vegas and you're there for the Formula One race and you're sad because they had to cancel qualifying because of a manhole cover coming loose, well, welcome to this, because down the street we got the Las Vegas Motor Speedway holding the American Championship Series, which is obviously, objectively, a much better racing series than Formula One can ever put on, so you can suck it, FIA. Can you say block driving out of mirror? Are you asking if they're allowed to block? I mean, it seems like it. Yo, what up, FTR? Shout out to Billy in the chat. Ooh, Hockey gets into the wall. About half the field's gonna have their right sides painted yellow at the end of this thing. A lot of these cars getting close and personal with that thing. We have 47 laps to go until we crown a champion here in the American Championship Series. Parley out in front, ahead of John Waterforce and Slendy Boy, who goes to the outside. That's opened up the door for Thart and Hockey to squeeze on by as they get side by side back there for third. That is Thart in the number 6 Ford. Hits the bumps, washes it up the track, but he gets it gathered back up, keeps it down. And the 51's taking good care of him there. Now Parley's building himself a bit of a lead here once again. But we know how strong the draft is, even on low. That'll be short-lived. Yeah, goodbye to that gap. 3 wide at the back. Hockey, Propane, and Nero decided they want to have a battle amongst themselves there mid-pack. Oh, and he gets a little bit sideways, coming off it too. As Hockey's going to get by both of them. And that is for 5th. A little bit of best of the rest, if you will, between Hockey, Brother Nero, Racing Propane in the 11, and T-Dog in the 15. And JBSR, we saw him in the top 5 earlier in that number 41. He's right there at the back, watching this all unfold. Now Thart, he needs to close back in with this top 3 if he wants to have any shot at this thing. He's begging the rest of those cars to get hooked up, work with him. Because if they try to get around him, that's going to only hurt his chances. But he opens up the door, he's going to go to the middle, with the 51 staying pinned down low. As Hockey's looking to make a pass. But Thart getting saved by the bell as everyone else behind him lines up on the outside to shuffle that 51 car. Back behind him, Nero going to the outside. Looking to try to get around the 51. Top 3 cars trying to pull away. They know they have another pit stop coming up, so no one's really in a hurry to try to get in front. But Thart, he is trying to get back up there ASAP. A few tenths back, but if he can keep it in the gas, he should be able to reel them back in. It'll be really close though. He's catching a whiff of it. He's there now. I think he's closing back in. That's exactly what Thart needs. That's not what he needs. The 11 car's looking to go to the outside of him. as the top 3 car is staying low. John Waterforce running in second, ahead of Slendy Boy in the 8 car, who is now in third. Now Thart finds himself side by side amongst the best of the rest group, and that is not what he's looking for right now. Now they know he's trying to go for this battle. No one's in too much of a hurry to get around him. I don't think they want to get by him like that. They know if they can get lined up, they can be able to catch back up, but it just seems like no one can seem to agree on where to run. As the 51 and the 11 fight it amongst themselves, the 6 car is going to get himself some separation between those two. But he's staying even. Even if he's not closing back in on this top 3, he's at least staying even with them. And with a pit stop right on the horizon, that could be a huge opportunity for him to gain some ground, especially if he has nobody in front of him. He's got nobody in front of him on pit road. He can just give it the beans on entry. As long as he doesn't speed, obviously. But yeah, that is the gap that Thart needs to close in if he wants to stay in this championship fight. But let's get back to this fight here. Harley still in control, leading this race, ahead of John Waterforce and Slendy Boy, who are second and third, and pretty much have been for the last several laps. As we are getting close to about lap 100 of this 134 lap race. Now Slendy Boy has fallen out of favor with the leaders, and Thart has caught back up to him. Now this should be interesting. Meanwhile, let's cycle through the rest of the pack here. See what everyone else is up to. We saw the 23 car running all by himself, trying to play catch up as he had a near accident running through the grass earlier in the restart. But it seems like everyone is accounted for. Again, the 4 car of Zach N6 pulled it over earlier in stage 2. He is out of the race. These cars continuing to drive around the track. Again, very clean, very respectable racing, as you said in the chat. Like, they're allowed to do that, but these guys, they trust each other to take care of each other. Like, nothing too egregious. But they go hard. Like, they go hard, but they also keep it clean and respectable too, and that's what I like about this league. It's a very relaxed environment with a little bit of contained chaos, and that's what you tend to see at a lot of these mile-and-a-half tracks. Harley, again, in the lead, with about little to no separation between him and John Waterforce. As Slendy and Thart still run third and fourth. Is Pat getting a little bit spaced out, interestingly. Now let's go to this 14 car and watch on board with him here. He was riding through the middle of 1 and 2. Maybe that he just feels like that's where his car runs best. That 1 and 2 section, very tough on the suspension of these cars. They don't handle those bumps too well if you hit them wrong. So that's something these guys are constantly looking out for. Parley doesn't seem to mind. He sees the bottom. That's the shortest, quickest way to go. He's going to make it work. If you hit that thing consistently, you're pretty much set. One slip up, and that thing will shoot up the banking and pretty much open the door for everyone to go by. He's building himself a gap between him and the 14 of John. And as for the 8 of Slendy Boy, his car struggling in the long run. He was up there amongst the top 3. Now he finds himself in the middle of this mess. May not be a mess, but for him, it's not where he wants to be. He's running in 4th right now, but got the best of the rest group running him down, hogging up his mirrors. That 51 of Hockey. But Thart gets around him, finds himself back up into the 3rd spot. In the podium places, goes to 6. As we look through the rest of the pack here, see if anything had a little bit of side-by-side action there further back between, it's like the 10 and the 11. We get a lap count here as the leaders go by. 28 laps to go. 28 laps to go this time. Parley swerving down. He might be pitting early. Yeah, he's all the way down to the inside. He's going to make his pit stop. Oh, and around goes the 8! 41, the 10 slides! Massive calamity coming onto pit road. The 10 car facing the wrong way in the infield. Parley had just got onto pit road right as that happened. The 8 of Slendy Boy looked like he was around. .41 with damage. Now, what does that do? Now, the 42 of Parley caught a lucky break. Because if that caution had come out later, he would have had to take the wave around. And that would have been a bit of a setback, but I think he's gonna... Now, I might have this mixed up. I don't know. He was on pit road as they wrecked. Now again, this series only does manual cautions. The caution is out. But nobody else seems to be coming on the pit road yet. Parley's making a second trip. The 8 car's catching back up with the pack. He was on pit road earlier, so... Again, we'll have to see how this gets sorted out. Yeah, it was a, I'm looking at, I only have Parley's stream to go off of, and I'm just looking at his mirror. It looked like the 8 car just got rear-ended from behind by everybody. That was a lot of cars involved in that wreck, so between the 10, the 11, hard hit for, who is that? Outside hit, I think that was the 51, or somebody. No, the 51 got through, that was somebody, I don't know who. There's a lot of cars in it. And now pit road is open. John Waterforce is going to lead them down. Parley with the fake. He already made his pit stop, so he's gonna stay out here. right in the middle of the pit cycle, so that's gonna bunch everybody back up. Everyone's gonna be on the same set of tires. Now the game says they should have about 30 laps in the tank. And I know we're well past 30 to go, so fuel should not be a concern. Yeah, they're well past that. I want to say about 25 to go. That is the lap count, 25 to go, so it should be 24 once we go green. Now, everyone's getting lined back up. Now we're ready to start choosing our lanes. We're up to the choose cone. And Slendy Boy elects to pull over. Never mind. He already made his pit stop. So him and Parley are going to drop to the back, which puts John Waterforce and Thart on the front row, as Thart will elect to restart on the outside. T-Dog is going to leapfrog up to third, as he will restart on the inside of Hockey Bukaki in the 51. We got Racing Propane, Azriel in row 3. Slendy and Brother Nero row 4, then Parley and JB. That is your field. That is your top 10. They approach the restart zone. John Waterforce and Thart are going to lead him to green. And we're back racing here in Las Vegas. Slendy Boy wasting no time. Peeking to the bottom, trying to make a 3-wide pass early. Doesn't quite do it, though. Oh, and they're bunching up. T-Dog holding up the 11. The 51's going to get around him. The 23 also on the outside. While all that's going on, the 14 gets a hell of a start. Oh, the 11 and the 15. Let's get on board with Parley now. In the middle of the Hornet's Nest, trying to navigate his way through. Like trying to get out of a jungle, trying to find any sort of breath of fresh air he can get. The 8 car already making up a couple of spots. He is already back into the top 5. There's time left, but Parley's hitting that urgent button. He wants to get up there now. 8 car up into the wall. He's got to do all that all over again as he cuts back down in front of the 11, clears him. But it is still the 14 out in front with the lead. The 51 going into lawn care down there. Mowing the grass down the front stretch. Getting around the 8 car. The 23 on the outside, Azriel. We haven't seen much of him tonight. He's in the top 5 finally. But Thart in that 6. He's got the 14 car in sight. Running in second now, trying to go for the lead. He's got about a few tenths of distance between him and the 14 for the lead. The 51 and the 8 are side by side, and the 42 is just trying to get out of that Hornet's Nest as quickly as possible if he wants to stay in this championship fight. What a Whoa! Hip check from the 8 onto the 51, checks up the 11. As we go to the 42, who has crawled back up into the top 5, trying to clear the 11 car for 4th. Gives him a little bit of a nudge. Not quite clear yet. As his engine goes into silent mode for some reason, as he is forced to take the high lane. But he'll have some reinforcements. Hockey on the outside is going to line up with him. Back up into 4th, and once again, the top 4 championship drivers reunite up at the front. It's all coming down to this in this final stretch with what should be about less than 20 to go. And once again, Hockey in the 51. The 6 misses the bottom and moves the 8 up in the outside of the racetrack. The 42 peeks the nose down low. 6-tar won't let him by. He's going to block it. And the 51's going to go to the outside with all that momentum. The 14, all he needs to do is keep these 2 lines in check. He's going to be blocking like crazy to protect that lead. There's a championship on the line. The 6 hits the apron again. He hits it again. The 42 is going to barge through. 3 wide for third. What a maneuver by Hockey. He's going to get by him on the outside and put himself in the podium places. Oh, and Parley's in the wall hard. Has to cut back down in front of the 11 car. And Thart in the 6 is shuffling back. Back into 6th place. Let's get back up to the front now. John Waterforce, 21. In the lead. Slendy in his mirror. Hockey looking to mix it up, as he had been doing all night. He's probably been the fastest of the non-championship drivers tonight, and here he is again, once again, challenging amongst the leaders. As we will get a lap count here. 16 laps to go. There's Parley. Racing Propane brings back Thart back into the mix, as we have a 6-car breakaway up in the front. Slendy looking to make a move, goes to the outside, the 14 trying to block it. He's going to stay there. Now the 8 car, oh, he's going to peek to the bottom. The 14 has him covered. The 51 going to get passed by Parley on the outside. What a run by the 42! Back in the mix goes Parley. Back up into third, and possibly going for the lead. He's going to go all the way to the outside. Slendy leaning on the 14, and here comes the 51. 3 wide up in the front for the lead. Unbelievable stuff here in the American Championship Series. Slendy in the middle of all of this. What is going on? And there's the 42 on the outside, the 6 car back in the mix. Looking to make it 3 wide again. Hockey on the bottom. What are they doing? The 14's pulling away. I am losing my shit here in the booth, ladies and gentlemen. This is amazing stuff. We still got plenty of time left, folks. We still got about a little over 10 to go. Like, there's still time for these guys to run that 14 back down, but I'd hurry up and get this settled out ASAP, because if they keep battling this out, that 14 is going to run with the check and cash in and go bye-bye. You're going to run with that trophy and no one's going to be able to see him ever again. God, things are getting really antsy. Propane on the inside. Parley looked like he tagged the wall again, as he gets a little bit of a nudge by Slendy, who is trying to get in line with Thart. Parley now finds himself on the outside looking in, getting passed by the 11 of Propane. If this race gets any more exciting, the producers are going to have to lock me back in the broom closet again for another 3 weeks. I can't handle this. Oh, but we got a battle for third. Slendy getting around Thart. Thart's going to let him go. He knows what's at stake. He knows if they go side by side, they're just going to be wasting time. Smart move. Smart move by the 6. It's elbows out for everybody. Hockey down low for the lead. Hockey Bukaki with a big run. He's coming fast. It's going to be a huge mess up in the front. John Waterforce and everybody's going to go by him. Hockey to the lead. Thart. Slendy, what is going on? They're almost 4 wide. Racing Propane's up in a second. Oh my goodness! Stop! I'm gonna lose my mind here. 4 wide. Oh my god, they're still 4 wide. Guys, stop! You got a championship to run. No showboating here. Slendy Boy is up in there. He is in the championship spot now. Running in second. Running ahead of his competition. Oh my goodness. If I'm blowing anyone's eardrums out, I apologize, folks. I might be going a little overboard here, but look, this is some of the most exciting racing I've seen in a long time. And these guys, man, they got another season on the rise. They're getting ready. They're setting up teams. They're gonna have a draft. So if anyone's interested, let these guys know. I think Slendy Boy, Thart, any of these guys, you can get a hold of them. Oh, Parley! Fishtails, is that the 14? Oh, he's in the wall! In the 14 of John Waterforce, who looked like he had it in the bag, his championship hopes smashed, gone to ashes, over. Oh no, we had a caution. It's not over. It is not over. There was contact between Parley and John. Now John Waterforce might not be happy with Parley. So what had happened was Parley was on the inside trying to get around Thart for 4th place, coming off turn 2 down the back straightaway. John Waterforce had a huge run, tried to make it 3 wide, and Parley tried to defend it, made a late block, and just chopped the nose off, and that sent the 14 car around. Things were getting pretty heated, pretty close throughout the whole race. It was only a matter of time before things completely blew up in their faces. But with this pit stop, it's not over. Now, Brother Nero is staying out, which is an interesting call. Now, it's not over. We're going to have a shootout, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a shootout with possibly 4 laps to go. And just some aggressive racing. And sometimes stuff like that's gonna happen. It's not really anyone's fault. Just there's a championship on the line. These guys are gonna do whatever it takes. And that's what happens when you have a one race to decide it all sort of thing. That's just how it is. Now, Hockey Bukaki, aka the man with the greatest name to ever exist. Yes, Rick, this is a slider league. This is a slider league. So Hockey Bukaki with the greatest username to ever exist on NASCAR Heat 5 came out ahead with the pits, but Brother Nero in the Smithfield Ford, that number 10 car, decided to stay out. In a championship race with potentially 4 laps to go. In this race, in the season on the line. Now Slendy, he's going to have to make work of this 10 car and fast, because I don't know what his tires are looking like. Brother Nero's going to lead him to green. Gets a great restart over the 51. Now the 8 car is going to go to the outside. I'm not sure about that, because here comes Racing Propane. Now they're going to have to run off a 2. Huge run for the 11. They're 3 wide for second. Slendy Boy made the right call. He is going to the lead. Towing the 51 around the 11 and the 10, who's in the middle of a 3 wide, almost 4 wide. Hockey going to the outside. He's going to fake him out inside. Nothing there. 50, the 11 car. Looked like he was leaning on him a little bit. Thart in a hurry to get going. Now this, oh, the 41 car out of shape. Now the 8 car, Oh man, 3 to go. It'll be 2 to go this time by. Two laps to decide the championship. Now, Slendy Boy's got a big cushion because the next championship car in line is going to be either the 6 or the 14. They're battling for 4th right now. They got a brick wall in front of them between the 11 and the 51. And they're running out of time. There's no time left. Parley is completely out of the mix. But Haki Bukaki wants a race win, and he doesn't care who it's going to be up against. The white flag waves for the season finale of the American Championship Series. Haki's going to clear the 8 car, who gets sent up the track by the 11, and here comes the 6 and the 14. Let's get to roof view now. It's these 3 cars, the 8, the 14, and the 6. Who's got the 11 in his way? He washes up. The 15 on his outside, the 8's in the wall, hits the 14. Oh, they're in the grass. And to the line. Oh my goodness. And Slendy Boy gets it. Haki Bukaki in the number 51 car with the race win. Slendy Boy in one of the most chaotic finishes I have ever seen on NASCAR Heat 5. And albeit, I expect there's going to be a lot of emotions amongst the entire field, some happy, some not. But, oh my goodness. From that shot, I had no idea who had it. I'm going to get the... Let's look at the lap times here. Start with the fastest lap at a 30.505. I'll try to get these guys in the booth, but I want to read off the official finishing results. Haki Bukaki. Haki Abukaki. Haki Abukaki. Laugh amongst yourselves. He is the race winner. Racing Propane. Stage 1 winner. Comes home in second. Slendy Boy is the man that's going to be getting the big trophy. He completes the podium. Places Azrael, who we didn't see much of. Looked like his race was over at the beginning of the final stage. Rallies back to a 4th place finish. T-Dog in the 15 rounds out your top 5. Then some hurt feelings amongst 6th, 7th, and 8th. Thart, John Waterforce, and Parley all finished 6th, 7th, and 8th, as they will all be leaving Vegas empty-handed. JBSR in the 41 car, 9th. Brother Nero finishes in 10th place. That's as far as the top 10 is concerned. Let me get some of these guys in here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to try to get our racers in for some post-race interviews. I'm still trying to find some of the names. Parley, you can probably help me with that, since I don't have, I just need, it was pretty intense. It was pretty chaotic. So I already invited Thart. You can, if you can, invite Slendy, John, and Haki. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the American Championship Series season finale at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And if you're coming over from the series and you're new to Phantom, make sure to check us out on Thursdays and Saturdays. We race every Thursday night and every Saturday night for our Pro and Pro-Am coverages. But this week we're off because of Thanksgiving, so next week, or next Saturday, we will be back with the Pro-Am coverage, which will be at Gateway. And then the Thursday after Thanksgiving at 9:10 Eastern Time, they will also be racing at Gateway. So don't panic. We're not going anywhere. We're just going to be taking a little vacation for Thanksgiving, as everyone else will be. So make sure to tune in for that as we get some of our... We might as well go ahead and get... Just so I make sure that I'm not going crazy, that Slendy is the champ,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Slendy is the champ. I'm trying to get him in here right
Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, I invite him in here. I told him to come.
Alright, well, we might as well start. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Parley, since the Phantom viewers are already familiar with your presence in this league, and they may not know you've been going for a championship over here. Just walk me through just how your season's been, and also just walk me through your race. It seemed like there was a lot going on, because I can't quite unpack it all.
Yeah. So there was some I hit the pit road when that caution came out, and I did not know where to go. So I think I heard that I had to go to the rear, and then I had to go to the front. I was so confused because this happened before
You and me both.
the caution went out. So I was just and when I got in the back, I could just not find the bottom. I couldn't run my lane. I was getting checked up, and it was like, oh crap. So, but I mean, that was some pretty good racing though from everybody, and I couldn't be more proud of the league and how everyone's run throughout the year. Season was fantastic. Got some wins, and these cars, everyone got better too. Like, this became a very challenging league as the time came. So, yeah, I just want to thank, definitely shout out to Thart too. I mean, geez, he's been kind of the guy behind the show with this league. So, definitely going to be fun for season 2. We're looking to get our own YouTube channel and a broadcaster at some point. So, look out for that.
Yeah, so it was definitely a great showing from everybody, especially for Thart, who I'll get to next. But I do gotta ask though, do you feel like there's anything? Well, I guess 2 questions. Do you feel like there's anything that you feel like you could have done differently, or just there's the cards that you were dealt with that caution, and also what happened between you and John? It seemed like you two got together, which caused that last caution.
Yeah, so again, that whole situation threw me off. I was comfortable, I was in first. I was just running my line. That thing happened, so I was driving aggressive. I saw John go underneath me and try to go for a block. It was a little bit late. And I mean, I was just trying to win for the chip. Like, I didn't mean to wreck the guy, obviously. I knew he was going to go low, so I just didn't react fast enough. And I had a terrible restart, got checked up, and then I was, well, that's it. So I was just hoping maybe 8 guys in front of me all wrecked before the finish line so I can maybe finish first. That was the only hope I had. But that's kind of what went through. Yeah. Entertaining.
Yeah. What's and you said it yourself, with a new season on the horizon, you guys are gonna be doing things a little bit differently next season with the teams and the draft and all that. What are you looking forward to most next season?
I'm looking forward to just be more, first of all, have a YouTube channel, have this thing broadcasted. Really excited for that. The teams is going to be fantastic, right? So everyone can have their own, playing field, right? So they can chat with each other. That's going to be a lot of fun. have some competitiveness, and really just a lot of different things qualifying as well. But that was a little bit slacked out. So like I'm excited to get a little bit more professional with the league because we started off just kind of a little bit fun, and now we're kind of seeing how good leagues run things, and we want to try and be in that same boat.
I hear you, man. I mean, I've definitely had a lot of fun, and it seemed like that was the environment when I joined and ran some races. That it was a fun kind of, like, it was still competitive. Everyone like knew how to race professionally and respectfully, but it was also like very relaxed as well, and that's what I really liked about it. So I was glad to come on board for a few races and also be able to call this last one from the broadcast booth. So that is Parley. Congratulations on, even if you didn't quite get it, it was still a pretty miraculous season for you. So congratulations on that.
Thanks, Tim.
And let's get to next up. We'll talk to Thart here. You got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
Yeah, you were mixing it up there too, as well. In that number 6, kind of started a little bit further back, but didn't take a whole lot of time until you got up there. You had a pretty fast car as well. Just again, just walk me through your race and how that last restart went for you.
Yeah, like you're saying, the beginning I started off, pretty low down. Probably I think I started 7th exactly, and then it took me a few laps to get back through the field, and then just kind of wanted to chill a little bit behind the other championship 4. Kind of waited, and then finally decided that it was probably time to go. Tried to go get the lead at stage 1. It didn't end up working out. Congratulations to Propane on that stage 1 win. He did a great job at saving fuel there. And then the last caution, really thought that was probably a good chance for us. And then the 51 didn't get the greatest start, and that really kind of dampened it. We kind of got a run, then we kind of got a little loose coming off of 2. Pretty much ruined any chance we had of getting back to the 8 car, and it pretty much showed that going through 4, and he ended up winning. So congratulations to him. We had an okay year, nothing special, no wins, but can be a proud owner because my teammate did win today, so proud of that. He got 2 wins this year, so proud of him. Yeah, that's about it.
There are some congratulations there, and a strong showing for you. I might as well ask the same question I asked Parley. Is there anything you felt like? I know it's easy to just kind of look back and ask yourself, oh, what could I have done different? But like there's so many, like the way this race had played out, like there could have been a million things that could have been done, but I don't know. Just there anything that you feel like you could have done different?
I don't know if there's really anything I could have done different other than taking 2 tires on that last restart, but I just don't think that would have put me in a good spot to win. So I probably could have maybe not got loose coming off of 2. That probably would have helped as well. But yeah, not really anything crazy, I think I could have maybe probably tried to get more, maybe, I don't know. Should have pit right there when everybody's coming down pit road, but you can't really look back on that stuff. Vision 2020.
Mm-hmm. Now we look forward to season 2, and are you gonna be a team owner next season, or what's that looking like?
Yeah, I'll be a
Yeah.
team owner as well as Parley, John, and Slendy, as well as Zach. Well, yeah, those will be your 5 team owners. We'll have a draft on Sunday, so that'll be when we get all that figured out.
Mm-hmm. That'll be fun. So good showing for you, and congratulations on a pretty good season. Looking forward to how next year plays out.
Thank you for being in the booth for us.
Of course. Next up, we got John, do you got a copy?
Yeah.
Alright, man. Came up short, but it looked like you had the car to beat, especially middle of stage 2, stage 3, you were up front most of that stint. Had some things play out differently. You and Parley got together and had that final restart. Just walk me through walk me through your race. How you feeling?
Well, made some adjustments to the car throughout stage 1, and didn't really like it. So stage 2, I made some more adjustments, and I feel like I had the best car if I could just run my line. And I think that was proven throughout stage 2 and 3, like you said. So I mean, it was a decent race. Just didn't work out.
Didn't work out, but still a pretty good season for you. I remember the times when I was racing, you were up front. I think you won Pocono when me and Parley were in there. Next season, looking to go at it again. What are you looking forward to as far as next season goes?
Just repeating this past year or this past season, but just do a little better in the championship.
Well, there you go, and appreciate having you up here in a good race, good season.
Yep.
And now, before we get to Slendy, since Hockey's not here, I just want to congratulate him since he got the race win. Race win drivers in the championship race matter as well. If I can find the frickin' 51 car, there it is. So shout out to Hockey. He was mixing it up there. And now we can get to the champion. The man secured the bag, cashing all his chips at the table, and won big here in Vegas. Slendy boy, congratulations on the championship.
Thanks. It was rough.
Yeah, it was I couldn't imagine if anyone watching this was like making bets. I couldn't imagine. It seemed like there wasn't really a favorite because Vegas is like one of those kind of tracks where anyone can come out of it with the win.
Yeah.
And even towards the end, I still didn't have a clue. Like that restart really bunched everything up. So yeah, just walk me through your race in that last restart.
Last restart, I knew I had to be on the inside because I just couldn't fire up good on the outside all race. But knowing the 10 had old tires, what I was going to try to do was get a good start. And once across the line, I was going to try to get under him, but I couldn't do that. So going into 1, I just went high and it stuck, and I took the lead off of there, and I just ran it as hard as I could. And then the 51 got a huge run on me, got to my inside. Then the 11 came, then the 6 came, and I was like, damn, this ain't going to go too well. So I just run the last lap as hard as I can. Going into 3 and 4, I thought I had it clear coming off, and I get a tap from the 11. I get put in the wall, I get out of control, hit the 14, which I feel bad. Feel bad for hitting him through the grass, but in the end, I still won the championship, so I'm happy about that.
And throughout all the chaos, someone had to come out ahead of it. And I mean, coming out with the championship in Vegas, you got BetMGM on the quarter panel of the car, so that must have been it must have been maybe something you could do. I mean, you're the champion now. How are you gonna celebrate?
Oh, probably go eat some ice cream.
I like that.
I ain't old enough to do the adult stuff yet, so.
Hey, I hear you. But yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Slendy boy, your American Championship Series champion. Congratulations, and appreciate having you up here.
Thank you.
And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen, for something a little different than what we normally do here on the Phantom Racing League YouTube channel. Some of you that were probably like surprised to hear my voice again. I mean, I was too. I've been stuck. The producer had locked me in the broom closet for the last 3 weeks, and I've finally broken free. And they don't seem to be looking for me yet, so I got a little bit of time to spare before I can jet out of it and break free. But I feel like it'll be a matter of time before they hunt me back down, try to whatever they want to do with me. But while I've been broken free, I had to get one more broadcast in, and I'm glad I was able to do it with these guys. I've had a lot of fun with this group. Parley invited me to race. He said it was a pretty chill league. I was surprised at how competitive it was. Like no like not mean that in a bad way. Like I was kind of caught off guard with how competitive it was, and that kind of made me excited to race more. And I was glad I was able to do it. And God damn it, I would like to go a race without finishing third for like
I was like, yeah, king of third place.
after Charlotte, I've just become the third place merchant every time I showed up.
Third place merchant.
Yeah. So I won't be racing next season, but I look forward to seeing everyone else that will. Again, Parley said you're planning on getting a YouTube channel started up for this league. I hope y'all do that. I look forward to that, and I will gladly promote that when that comes about. So
Wonderful.
if anyone's got any last words they want to get in before I wrap it up here.
I would like to say thank you, Timmy, for coming in and commentating for us. We really do appreciate it. I know you did a great job, so I don't even have to ask anybody. But we really do appreciate it, and this means a lot to us, and it means a lot to have a champion like Slendy to win it. He's a real great guy, so really nice to have him win it. But yeah, other than that, it's been a great year for everybody. I think I would just like to say I appreciate all the admins for all the help and everybody for helping and everybody for coming and racing with us. So thank y'all.
Heck yeah. I'm just excited to get in a Ford next year or next season.
I will say too, if there's anybody rooting for the 42 in this league, do not root for the 42 in the Phantom Racing League. You can boo him way down. That's right, Alvin. You heard me. Cheer for that 5-car, baby.
Boom.
Let's go.
Called out.
Called him out.
Elvin, if you're in the chat, you're getting called out, bro. Damn.
Oh, jeez. Right on.
He said he knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah. Good. Right on.
But yeah, I think that'll wrap it up. I feel like I've gotten live longer than I expected, but I'm glad I didn't miss this one. I almost was like I kind of want to race it just 'cause it's Vegas, but I'm like nah. I've ran enough races. I gotta cover one of these from the press box.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I could not get comfortable with my car at any point in that race. Like I was struggling the entire race. I should have ran a 7 instead of ran an 8.
Yeah. Right on. Thanks again,
Maybe
Timmy.
next time.
Yeah.
As you walk off with it. I love that. I love that mentality. As the champion, you're like, man, I wish I could have ran that lap though. I love that. But yeah, that'll again, gentlemen, appreciate y'all putting on an amazing show. Once again, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Phantom Racing bringing you coverage of the American Championship Series season finale. We will go back to our regularly scheduled program 2 weeks from now. Again, there won't be any racing tomorrow for the Pro-Am Series tomorrow on Saturday because of Thanksgiving break. Same with the Pro Series since they race on Thursday. Thanksgiving is obviously on Thursday. They won't be racing next week. Will be the week after. They will be racing at Worldwide Technology Raceway, as also betterly known as Gateway. Racing Redemption will be at their hands. The wheel for Ross Chastain is still imperfect, and he has done it. Shout out to Vince Welch for the greatest call ever. But okay, I gotta end it now. I gotta end it before I keep talking, because I'm just not gonna shut up. Thank you everyone for watching. Peace out. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks from now.